I'm Theo.
And I'm Juliet.
And this is Apologies Accepted.
We offer an entertaining look at some of the big issues in history by examining public apologies of the famous and infamous.
We're looking at politicians, serial killers, actors, and you.
Send us a public apology you would like to make, and we'll read it on the air and give you a chance to redeem yourself or just get some guilt off your shoulders.
We're here for you. Once a week, maybe more if you're really, really sorry.
Everybody. This is Apologies Accepted, the podcast. And I'm not Theo.
And I'm not Juliet.
And that's good, because my bacon for this week is that I'm devastated. My life is destroyed. TikTok has been turned off. Everything is changed, and I don't know what to do with myself. I have absolutely nothing to do with my time now. I guess I spend more time on TikTok than I realized, because I woke up this morning and I thought, oh, I do TikTok. No, sad face. No TikTok.
It was banned an hour ago. Right.
Well, believe me, I was online when it was banned. Last night, my feed stopped working and then was replaced by that notice. It says, sorry, TikTok isn't available right now. It says a law banning TikTok has been enacted in the U.S. Unfortunately, that means you can't use TikTok for now. We are fortunate that President Trump has indicated that he will work with us on a solution to reinstate TikTok once he takes office. Please stay tuned. So they managed to piss me off twice in one notice. First, by having a notice, and second, by praising President, quote, Trump. So boo to that. And I have 2 apologies expected this week, and that's one of them, that I demand an apology from the U.S. government for shutting down TikTok.
Okay, so my apology expected, now I'm going to have to come up with another one, was for that notice for the praise of Donald Trump, right?
Good.
Can you imagine them doing anything like that for Biden?
Absolutely not.
Or
Obama?
Clinton.
Never.
Or Obama. Yes.
Never in a million years.
No.
It's ridiculous.
And this is what I fucking hate about the next 4 years, right? And it's, how do you appease a big baby, and how do you get what you want? You let the baby know that he's so important. Oh, so fucking hell. But, well, that's life. There you go. All you can do is ignore it. I haven't watched the news since the election, since November. Skim some headlines through Google News, go into Blue Sky, get some news. That's kind of it.
That's all.
And you give me news.
Yeah, that's all anyone needs, is the news that I provide. So what's your bacon this week?
My bacon is the weather. So right now it is sunny and dry outside in Austin, Texas. But it was 24 degrees this morning.
Fahrenheit?
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh. Oh, no.
Oh, my
I'm so
God,
European.
so
I'm sorry. Did I put that in Celsius? Oh, I'm so embarrassed. Pardon me. Pardon me, Governor. No, it was totally 24 degrees Fahrenheit.
Jesus.
And I had this great big cardboard box, and I've been tripping over it for the last couple of days.
Living in.
I've been living in it, yes. Saving it to live in. So I was like, I'm going to get rid of this great big cardboard box. I'm going to break it down. So I got the razor out, right? And I'm slicing the box next to the recycle bin outside. And it's a big box, and whatever. It took me a while, and my hands stopped working.
What?
And my first thought was, is this arthritis?
Oh my God.
The box was real hard to cut, and it was real hard to tear it apart. And my fingers just weren't as nimble, right?
Yeah.
No, they just went numb. That's all. Because I'm a fucking idiot, and I don't know anything about cold weather at all.
That's
heat,
funny.
I got covered. I know heat.
Yeah.
High 124. I've lived through you. 24? 100 degrees colder? I'm a hero.
That's insane.
Extremes I have survived in life. Yeah, so stupid. I was like, oh, it took a minute, seriously. Just take the box inside the house, Theo, and warm up. And so I did, and that's what I did. And it took not even a few minutes to get that box all ripped apart. Yeah, but aside from the cold, we now have snow. So the snow is due to arrive tomorrow, 30% chance. Definitely on Sunday, 75% chance, right?
Ooh.
Now, the next day, it's going to be 50 degrees. So the snow, in theory, should melt.
Yeah.
but then it'll be 20 degrees at night, and so the water will freeze. And so we're going to have a couple of days where you probably aren't going to be able to drive. So everybody, as you can imagine, has gone completely insane in Austin. Yeah. Go to the grocery store, go to the grocery store, go to the grocery store. We need fresh basil for the winter snowpocalypse. Make sure we have it. And the grocery stores are busy, which is nice, but also not nice because shit's going to disappear. And it's all kind of started yesterday.
Did you go?
Yeah, I went to the grocery store yesterday. Shut up. And I went this morning. And I went this morning just to get a couple of cans of Red Bull because I need it to function.
Well, sure.
Right? Of course. I mean, obviously. And I did get my Red Bull, right? But then I was like, oh, get some stuff for sandwiches. And the danger in Texas is not the snow, right?
Right.
The power is going to go out. Yeah. And it's going to go out for a week because nobody knows how to do fucking anything, right? God. Can't go to Minnesota and visit them and find out how do they deal with their 12 feet of snow. No, we're going to figure it out down here. So, there's a danger of the power going out and all that. And so I was like, oh, I need to buy food that I don't need electricity to cook. And what does that food look like? I don't know. Is it fruit? Sure. Right. So whatever. So we went to the grocery store, and while I was in the store, it was like the second time I was like, okay, get some stuff in case the power goes out. So, because everything I got before was like frozen food that you could stick in the oven. However, we have a gas oven, and so it should work, but then does it need electricity at all to kind? I don't know. Yes, it does, actually. It needs electricity to come on. Yep. Okay. Because there's an electric control panel. It's all push button. It's not a dial thing, right?
I see.
Now, the burners... Let me make this a really long story. The burners I have covered because you just turn that on, get the gas flowing, and then use with a matchstick, right? An oven feels like a good way to explode your house. So, whatever, I'll have pasta.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I was like, oh shit, all the food in the refrigerator is going to spoil. No, it's not, moron. You just set it outside.
Oh, yeah.
It'll be 24 degrees.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That'll be fine.
It'll be better than in the fridge.
It'll freeze. So, all your fruits and vegetables will freeze.
Oh, well, I mean, yeah, that would happen. Whatever. Well, hopefully after all this, it won't snow. Right? Yeah. But I've got my snow strategy. Strategy. There's no snow strategy.
Sandwich material?
Sandwich materials, but importantly, no bread because I'm going to make bread today. Right?
Oh.
Yes. And I'm going to make my world famous, and it's truly world famous, roasted chicken, that recipe I found online.
Oh, so good.
And then I am going to make soup tomorrow. And everything over the next couple of days is going to involve baking, if I have electricity, and the stove, right? And I'm going to have the best little house on the prairie snow storm experience anyone's ever had. I'm so excited for it. Made sure I had plenty of wine. Made sure I've got...
That's all you need.
That's really... I was drunk for 3 days. Was there a snowstorm? Jesus, man, I blacked out. What do I fucking know about nothing? Yeah, so that's that. I'll say that's my bacon.
So you mentioned making bread.
Yes.
I saw on TikTok before it was cruelly ripped from my hands that a lot of people are making sourdough bread now. It's the trend. Do you make sourdough bread?
I do not, because I made that during the pandemic, and it was fine. But my sourdough starter and early days of lockdown, I mean, like the first week, right?
Oh, when everyone was scared.
Yeah. I made sourdough English muffins, sourdough bread, sourdough, you name it, sourdough pancakes. Because this stupid starter took over my kitchen. Sure, you can throw half of it away, but everybody on the internet's like, that's murder. You may as well just step on a baby's face. If you give that away to somebody, that's really good. It'll help the world. And so, whatever. I stepped on a bunch of babies' faces and just threw that shit away. And then after a while, I was
somewhere in a landfill. There's
never ever want to make sourdough.
Yeah. Okay, gotcha.
So no,
okay. I think that was my only question. So is that all you're baking?
That is all my I mean, it's cold.
Yeah.
I don't like it. Yeah, it's going to be.
Cold here too, but it's only 40, so I can't complain.
Man, you can. That's cold. It's not
I'm
freezing cold like me, but
No,
it is. It's
you're
cold.
truly suffering.
But you've got a little heroism going on your side because 40's not the best.
I mean, for San Francisco, it's not that cold, but it's colder than we'd like. So, like, if it's lower than 60 or higher than 70, it's not, it's
Oh, God.
unrealistic.
You better find a new planet, man, because that 10-degree range will not exist in a few years'
It's gonna
time.
change. Yikes. So, all right, I guess that's all our bacon for the day, the week, the podcast. Let's talk about our story. So,
Yeah.
I'll kick us off. During the recent Philadelphia Eagles versus Green Bay Packers wildcard game, a disturbing incident occurred where a female Packers fan was harassed by a male, I don't even need to say that, Eagles fan. The incident was captured on video and quickly went viral. Alexander Basara and Ali Keller said the environment was friendly at the start. That was until an Eagles fan sitting behind them began to make comments during the game. Basara said, he started out with playful jabs at first, or kind of just saying things to us right when we sat down. I chatted with him for a bit, but then he just kept saying some of the same things, continued through the entire game. It got worse and worse as the game went on. We were surrounded by Eagles fans and we were getting all the attention. Basara and Keller said the fan became nastier and more condescending as the Eagles' lead over the Packers grew, which is the opposite of what you'd expect. Like, if they're having a good game, this rude fan, and his team is winning, why is he getting meaner to the people on the other side? I don't know. I mean, alcohol, I guess. Okay, that explains everything.
I don't know. They don't say that the guy was drinking at all, right? But I'm just...
They didn't mention it.
Broad stroke here with sports fans drinking. Could also just be, we're winning. Yeah, fuck you. We're winning.
Yeah.
Maybe that kind of vibe.
Yeah. Yeah. And the fan asked Basara if he was having a good time, and Basara said, not too great. And that's when the fan told the couple that they had terrible attitudes, according to Keller. He went on to say that when he was in third grade, his teacher taught him to have a great attitude. And he was just going on and on and on, Keller said. He wanted something out of us. So I turned around because I kind of had enough of it at this point. And I said, well, maybe you should go back to third grade then, because it seems like you're the one with the bad attitude. And it seems like all the fans around us are the ones with the bad attitudes. The Eagles fan, identified as Ryan Caldwell, then escalated the verbal abuse. In a video which was shared online early Monday by Basura and viewed more than 31 million times on X. I didn't know X had 31 million viewers at this point.
Fuck. That's a lot of...
Right wing.
It's 1/10 of the population there.
Population of the United States?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I guess, yeah. Are there more people in the world than just the
I don't
US?
know.
Yeah.
I heard there might be. Anyway, the fan repeatedly cursed at Keller, calling her an ugly, dumb cunt. I think he attacked me more so because I am a woman, and I'm not going to punch him in the face, or he didn't feel threatened by me, Keller said.
I mean, the short answer is yes. That's exactly why that happened. Oh, man. Yep.
It's terrible.
I mean, it's... what do you do, right? It's stupid all over.
Particularly interestingly, at the time, Caldwell was a project manager for BCT Partners, a firm specializing in diversity, equity, and inclusion.
Yeah.
BCT Partners terminated his employment, saying, okay, this is what gets me, this apology. This isn't even the apology we're talking about, but get ready. We condemn our former employee's conduct in the strongest possible terms. This individual's actions were vile, disgusting, unacceptable, and horrific. Such behavior has no place in our workplace or society. It does not reflect who we are or what we stand for. Then they go on. At the same time, again, to be true to our values, we can condemn the action without condemning the individual. None of us deserve to be remembered for actions taken on our worst day. We have offered grace and support to our former employee. We hope that he will grow, and we all can learn from this deeply disturbing incident. That's what real inclusion is and does. That is also who we are and what we stand for. We sincerely apologize to the victim and for the many ways in which these events already have impacted so many people. We remain committed to gender equity and fostering a culture of respect and dignity for all. Now, in the first place, that is not what inclusion is. Inclusion is not.
Listen, what's important is that we're the good guys. We're wonderful, right?
Right.
And his actions are no reflection upon us at all. And we're wonderful. Yeah. No.
But we need to forgive this guy who has so far not even apologized at the time of this statement. And we need to, you can't judge someone by actions taken on their worst day. That reminds me of, I think it was Brock Turner when he raped that woman behind the dumpster, and his dad said, you can't judge him for 20 seconds of his life.
Yeah.
That makes me so mad I can't even talk.
So, number one, great memory, because I did not remember the Brock Turner thing at all. Great parallel. Number two, absolutely, who you are in your worst moment shows us the spectrum that you live on, right? And
is your worst moment when you forget to buy milk for your husband when he's sick? Or is your worst moment raping someone behind a dumpster?
Milk for your husband when he's sick?
I don't know. I just made something up. My husband doesn't even drink milk.
Oh my God, you're poor Brent. That's the best you can do?
Well, that's what I'm saying. That would be like...
Okay, go on.
That's the best I can do.
Florence Nightingale, please continue.
That's all. I'm done with my rant about that apology.
Wow, I mean,
But I do want to say, actually, though, that the Eagles organization responded to the video by banning Caldwell from future games and offering an apology to Keller. Caldwell has apologized finally, but claimed his outburst was not without provocation and that the video does not show the full context of what happened. So I will read the apology in a few minutes, but let's see what you have to say, Theo.
So in this whole story, right, it was kind of like, what prompted this guy's behavior? And again, because they didn't say anything about alcohol, right? Like it wasn't he had so many beer cans around him or whatever, that I went to what really is the function of sports, organized sports, right? Why are people so stupidly I'm not a sports person, as you're going to tell, as you well know, but as new listeners may not know, not a sports person.
Yeah.
And I mean, I get it in broad strokes. I get it, but not really. And so, sure, there's kind of like that, sports function as a way for people to get their anxieties out. But really, does it? So here's how sports functions in psychology, right? So sports play a vital role in society, promoting health, teamwork, and cultural unity. I already know this person has never been to a football game. They serve as a platform for social interaction, bridging gaps between diverse groups. Okay, I'll give you some of that. Sure, anybody who can buy a ticket can go to the stadium, right? So bridging gaps between diverse groups through shared experiences and common goals. Okay, I want our team to win. You want that other team to win. Okay, I get what you're saying. Additionally, sports influence societal norms and values, often reflecting and shaping national identity and community spirit. So this is from the National Library of Medicine, which is a .gov site, and that felt real important for me to note. And this is from The Role of Sports in the Development of an Individual and Role of Psychology in Sports by Rakesh Gildival. And I'm just going to hit the highlights because it's sort of like, other than using some of this material to mock the situation that happened in Philadelphia, like it's kind of boring. So, playing sports or engaging in extracurricular activities play an important part in one's character/personality development. One develops management skills, negotiation skills, communication skills, convincing skills, conflict management, and confidence. Sports and psychology and life helps develop team spirit, leadership skills, fair play, blah, blah, blah. Psychology in sports helps develop a positive attitude, respect for the opponent, killer instinct, and respect for the opponent. Those seem to be in conflict. And a never give up attitude. I'm like, dude, did you write this in an elevator before you had to get up to the, really? Yeah. And so sports serves, community sports, organized sports, whatever, serves a function. And the reason this guy is getting so much flack, right, is because of what he said to somebody, but also it just reflects poor sportsmanship. And that runs counter to the sporting community. I'm going to hope that as the societal pendulum swings, right? And we have recently just come out of a period of political correctness, and identity politics is the term that they like to use for that now. And we're moving back into a period of individualism and suck it up, buttercup kind of attitude. That this idea of not chivalry, right? But of civil behavior, of good public behavior starts to become a bit of a drum that gets beaten, right? And that people are looking for good behavior, and that bad behavior will be called out. We'll see.
Why would you think that?
If I'm right. Because society swings from the left to the right, and we kind of travel forward through this center path that sometimes it's a little too far in one direction, and then it tilts over into this other direction, and so there we go. Clearly, I've run out of steam because I don't know a lot about sports.
That's all we need to know about sports. So let's talk about the apology.
Sure.
Caldwell said in a statement to the New York Post, which is funny to me, while attending an NFL game last Sunday to support my beloved Philadelphia Eagles, an incident occurred that I deeply regret. What began as banter with two Packers fans sitting near me escalated to something more serious, and I said things that were unacceptable. In the heat of the moment, I chose unforgiving words to address one of the fans, Ms. Allie Keller. I want to sincerely apologize to Ms. Keller for those words, and to my wife, family, and friends, my former employer and colleagues, Packer fans, Eagle fans, the Philadelphia Eagles, the city of Philadelphia, and all who were offended. That said, there are two sides to every story. The video clip circulating online does not reflect the full context of what transpired, and my actions were not without provocation. I will live with this experience.
You get to call somebody a cunt because why?
Yeah, I know.
Go on. I just had to...
Yes. Well, she pushed him. She pushed him to it. I will live with this experience, and I am certainly paying a personal price. For those who don't know me, this incident does not reflect my values or the respect I have for others, and it's not indicative of the person I am. I love it when they say that. Like, the things I do don't reflect the person that I am.
Not at all.
Yeah, not at all. So
3 dead bodies do not prove that I am a murderer.
No, not at all. And it's just a minute in my life to kill those 3 people. So you have to take it in the context of the whole. So that's the apology. I'm going to say I did not weigh it against the criteria. I apologize. I did not have time this morning.
Well, I mean, so he apologized, right?
He did apologize.
He used that word. There's an expression of regret, even if it's not like, and I don't recall the apology verbatim.
And an incident occurred that I deeply regret.
There you go. Right?
There you go.
And did he explain what went wrong?
Well, he did say that he was pushed to it. So, kind of, but we don't like that.
We all are pushed to everything that we do. So, I don't know if I give him that one. Let's see. Nothing about what he's going to do to make it better?
No, nothing.
So
I should know what all these criteria are, but I've got.
So should I. We both should. I mean, it's only been like 210 episodes, but
has it been 210 episodes?
Well, it's been 200.
Okay, I have them in front of me now. So an acknowledgement of responsibility, I think reasonably, yes. Declaration of repentance, yeah, I think so, kind of. And a request for forgiveness. So a request for forgiveness. So he said, no, there's no request for forgiveness. So I'm going to give this one a 3.
That's exactly what I was going to give it. And then as you
Perfect.
were going through the apology, through the criteria, I should say, I was like, oh God, this is probably a 5. I mean, it's probably, but it's not, right? It's a good 3. And there is a bit of, okay, number one, I'm not the ruler of apologies, but I think a good rule to follow is that when you apologize, yes, you explain what happened, but don't offer an excuse that lets you off the hook.
Yeah,
right?
I agree.
The whole but there's 2 sides to every story. Everything after that it falls into the camp of, I'm sorry you feel that way.
Yeah.
Right? So
absolutely.
It's a 3. Is he sorry? Well, yeah, I'm sure he's sorry that he lost his
He's
cool.
sorry now. Yeah.
And he's sorry now, right? If that
he
hadn't
been
happened.
videotaped, I don't think that he would be sorry. Videotaped, recorded.
You know what? Number one, I knew exactly what you meant because I'm also your age. And yeah, it's weird that it's not weird. We just live in the society now where anything can go viral, and we should. I have always operated as if I am being watched.
Yes, of course.
Right. Because I was raised Catholic and I was told God is watching you and judging you. Right.
Yes. Harshly.
So that kept the shoplifting to a minimum. It kept the drug use to a minimum. Like, God's got to blink once or twice a day. Yeah.
Did you say minimum?
A minimum.
Just kidding. I'm kidding.
Oh. So I think anybody that acts out in public now, you got to know this bullshit could happen.
It's going to be on TV.
I'm sorry.
It's going to be on YouTube. It's going to be on TikTok when it comes back, which it will.
It will. Well, have you gone to Red Note?
No, but I will. I just haven't yet. I
went to Red Note, and it's fine. It was all right. Yeah, it's not exactly TikTok, but whatever. And then
I just can't bring myself to join something that is called the Little Red Book. It's just it bugs me.
It is a little Chairman Mao, right?
Yes, it's extremely Chairman Mao.
But that piece aside, then the next day on TikTok, I saw a woman and she was like, I just want to know where the LGBT community is going because I need to follow y'all and you guys have been loving to me and everything. And she's a little Southern, that's why I'm doing that voice. And I know everyone's going to Red Note, but I read their terms and conditions and they do not seem to care for the gays. And and I was like, oh, really? Fuck, man. All right, well, delete that account.
I see.
So, yeah, Blue Sky.
Blue Sky I'm on, so hopefully I can keep up with
Blue Sky will replace TikTok.
Yeah, sort of.
Once you start posting, because you'll have all this time to fill now.
I do. Okay, so do you have a who's sorry now or an apology expected?
I did, but we stole my thunder with the
TikTok
messaging in TikTok where it was like, because I want an apology from the person that said, fortunately for us, Donald Trump is on our side and victory shall be ours. All we have to do is wait and praise. So, fuck you guys for buckling under so goddamn fast.
Yeah, totally. We hate you. We hate you all. We hate all.
Oh, Snoop Dogg. I want an apology from Snoop Dogg.
That's my other one.
Fuck. Yay.
So I also demand an apology from Snoop Dogg, who performed at an inaugural ball for Donald Trump. I also demand an apology for the premise of that inaugural ball. It's called the inaugural crypto ball, which is described as a celebratory setting intended to honor America's first crypto president, Donald Trump, his incoming cabinet and administration, per its official website. So fuck you, Snoop Dogg, fuck you so hard, and fuck you, crypto ball, for your bullshit. Oh, so mad.
And I hope Martha Stewart breaks up with you, Snoop.
I hope so, too. I don't know how she feels. She's probably pro-Trump.
She's pro. Okay, so I was talking with a friend, as I know. I'm the only person in the world who's ever talked to a friend. So I was talking to a friend, and, obviously the election stuff kind of came up. We hadn't spoken a little piece of time. And I was like, yeah, fuck, man. And she was like, yeah, I get it. But you know what? My investments are going to do great. And so that's what I'm going to focus on. And I was like,
fuck you.
I hear you. She was like,
I mean, I can understand that and I can relate to it a little bit, but it doesn't make
me feel better.
So to speak.
Yeah.
It does not, I just say the word Trump, but it does not trump all the bad bullshit that's going to happen. I mean, how can you say, oh yeah, all these people are going to be deported and people's lives are going to be ruined and people are going to be destroyed but my investments are going to be doing great, so I'm happy.
So it wasn't so much that perspective, but I get that and I agree, right? It's more all the people that voted for him were stupid. And they are going to suffer. Social Security is going to be cut. SNAP benefits? They're already, some guys already put out there that when you use air quotes around food stamps, but SNAP benefits, right?
Yeah.
When you use welfare to buy food, you're not allowed to buy ice cream or cookies or, oh, okay, that's fine. Fine, I get it. You're trying to drive people to healthy eating or whatever, maybe, right? Or maybe you think that's just what poor people do is they only, they're sitting around and they're just soaking up all that free money and they're eating ice cream and watching free cable TV and having the time of their lives. Not at all. And if a working mother wants to buy her son a fucking ice cream cone from the grocery store, she should be allowed to do that. Let's let people make their own decisions and not end up in the nanny state. But, there we go. So anyway, once I take ice cream away from all the MAGA people, right? And so her point was they're going to get what they voted for, and I'm not going to get what I voted for, but I am going to benefit because Trump is only going to care about people with money. I'm like, yeah, I get it. It's like, haha on them, I guess.
I guess, but along with the Trump people getting punished, there are a lot of other people that are
totally
people. So
I'm going to be legally single again one day.
That's terrible. Jesus. Now I'm depressed.
Oh, don't be. You know what? It's only going to be 45 years. No, we'll be fine. Years. It's going to be fine. Trump is 80 years old, and soon it will be a crime to talk about his potential death. But, I mean, he's probably going to die in office because he is old, right? Not because I have a voodoo doll.
That's the thing. He's not the only one doing this stuff. There's a whole bunch of Republicans that are.
But he's the only one that can get away with it for whatever that reason is, because he is a celebrity or whatever, right? I don't see J.D. Vance getting away with the same bullshit.
No.
Right? Because he's got a conscience. Sorta. I mean, he's sold out to be on the Trump train. And that's just what we're going to see over the next 4 years. And I'm sure the thinking is, hey, it's only 4 years. How much damage can he do? Let's just join this party. And so that's why Snoop's there. Like, Snoop is going to get more money because of things will work out that way.
Right.
However, I think the economy will crash and it's going to be all bad. And Trump is going to, it'll become the worst word. The way I feel about Trump is the way that my MAGA supporting family will feel about Trump. May take 3 years.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. I hope so. I mean, that's optimistic. So,
but actually, I hope the best for everybody. I hope.
Well, I was just going to say, yeah, maybe I don't want to hope for that, but I hope everyone is happy and justice and equality prevail.
Everyone should get what they deserve. May you live in interesting times.
On that note, I think we'll go on with our day. Thank you, everyone, for listening to our podcast this week. Stay cool, cucumbers. And
don't trip on a blacked out TikTok, you potato chips.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to Apologies Accepted, the podcast.
You can find links to the articles and the sources in the show notes.
To submit an apology or find out more, visit us at apologiesaccepted.net, where you can also find our merchandise.
We're on Twitter at Apologies Accepted.
And on Instagram at apologies.accepted.
You can support our important work at Patreon.com/Apologies Accepted.
And fuck Facebook.
Bye.
Bye.